An adversary is someone or something that's opposed to you, and not just someone who's opposed to you, but someone who attacks. And they don't just stand there and say, I don't like you, I can't stand you. They actually have action to accompany the hatred they have towards you. And this is what Peter is actually speaking of when he's talking about an adversary. An adversary is someone who is going to be against you. Whatever you may try to do, whatever you may try to start, whatever you may try to do for God is always going to be hindered. It's always going to be thwarted. Only something with value can be attacked. When you don't really care for something, you're not going to mess with it. You're not going to spend time with it. You're not going to spend your energy dwelling on that. But when you have something that's of value, then you know that there is something behind it. And we house the power of God. We house something that the enemy is afraid of. He is afraid of the power of God because it renders him helpless when that power is exercised. However, if we are not sober, then that power cannot be exercised. What begins to happen is that we begin to get caught up in different things, and it does not take a lot for us to lose being focused on the Lord and the things of Him. When it comes to this lion, you cannot afford to have that characteristic about yourself. So this adversary is not going anywhere anytime soon. So we have to get this in our mind so that when we begin to see things happen in our life, doesn't it say in the scripture, it says, think it not strange, the fiery trial, which is to try you as though some strange thing happened to you. When you understand your place here in this world as a Christian, you actually can take things a lot better. You can see clearly as far as where the opposition is coming from. You're not taken amiss. You're not taken back by you being attacked. I think the worst thing we could ever do is to not know who we are. Because when you don't know who you are, you don't really know what power you have, or you don't know exactly the things that come in your life, what the purpose of those things are. The first thing that they do is they watch that prey. They don't make a move. They don't do any of those kind of things. They actually strategize in their mind what they want to do with this prey or how they're going to get this prey. And you have to understand that the enemy is watching you. He's watching your every move. He's watching what makes you tick. He's watching what really pushes your buttons. And there are a lot of things that pushes our buttons, and they're different varying on the person. And there's one thing about a lion, when he sets his eyes on his prey, is that he does not flinch. He is very determined to get this prey. And so he actually watches and calculates, how am I going to get this Christian? How am I going to get this Christian bound up? How am I going to get this Christian defeated and distracted and no longer of use for the kingdom? How can I get this Christian into a place that I have them right where I want them? Because that's what you don't want. It's a danger of not being sober, is you falling into the traps of the enemy, that you actually are falling into what he has in store for you. So he has to strategize in his mind. He has to begin to look. He has to begin to scan you like some kind of computer screen. He has to begin to look you over and see what buttons he can push and what triggers can he push, what this person may do to you and what this may do. Whatever is taken from you, he'll do whatever it takes in order to see, how can I take this animal down, which is us. How can I take this prey down? And that's what lions do. And when you've been taken down by the enemy, he wants to make sure you don't get back up. But this is not the end of the story. If God be for us, who can be against us? It does not matter. There's a lion that's against us. God, Jesus, who is the Lion of the tribe of Judah, is roaring. And he is your defense. He is your defender that you can run to for safety. You can run to for backup. You can run to for power and strength. He is over this roaring lion. So it doesn't matter the attacks. It doesn't matter the reality. There's another reality, that greater is he that's within us than he that's within the world. If God be for us, who can be against us? We have to stand on this reality. We have the victory.